going to share a quick founder story with you all of where the idea for InPress actually came from, which we get asked all the time because it's a wild concept, right? A news-powered, gamified matchmaking platform. Where did that come from? Well, it all started in 2016 when I, if you can believe it or not, was an Air Force broadcast journalist. And I was stationed in Belgium, finishing my master's at Syracuse University in journalism innovation. And the thesis of that master's challenged us to solve a problem in the media with technology. Now, even almost 10 years ago, the problem was evident, and it's still the same problem today, which was that algorithms that always agreed with us and just showed us incessant information to keep us scrolling were basically making us all dumber and lonelier. And people who I grew up with or just knew all my life who were otherwise intelligent people were all of a sudden believing objective nonsense. And I wanted to get out of the Air Force and become a journalist. And I thought, well, geez, clearly objective fact is losing value, which is not only bad for my career prospects, but bad for democracy and humanity at large if we can't all agree on what a shared reality is. Now, what I thought was, if you tell people to just consume factual information, we all know that we should, but it's kind of like eating your veggies. Like if we're left to our own devices, we're going to choose the chocolate because, in this case, the chocolate is the algorithm because it's just way easier and, we're lazy. Let's just call it what it is. But how could we get people to basically want to consume the veggies? How can we make the veggies of factual information taste more like candy and get people more excited to engage with them? So 25-year-old me at the time was like, I don't know, make people fall in love about it. Use that factual journalism as the conduit for human connection, which is a different universal desire for love, friendship, what have you. Now, I realized that the factual journalism would have to be the data conduit in this case. How you think and feel about it would inform your compatibility insights with others. But frankly, the technology to do that at scale just didn't exist at the time. Plus, I was, poor and in the Air Force and had no network. I was living in another country, so it was just not a thing. It was a good idea. I shelved it. And then in January of 2023, I was laying in bed in the middle of the night, jumped out of bed, scared the hell out of who is my now wife. She's like, what's going on? I was like, this idea I had in 2016, it would work way better now because that's when ChatGPT and LLMs were really having their come up. I was like, that's how we could scale all that sentiment analysis based on factual journalism. And 2 months later, I founded the company. And 2 years after that, here we are nationwide with thousands of users all over the place, tens of thousands of ratings, and it's going really well. But that's how it all started. So yeah, if you guys have any other questions on where this crazy idea came from, how we scale it, or how we think about the mission around making factual information more exciting, engaging, and frankly profitable than nonsense and BS online, then we're happy to answer them. So thanks for the questions.